Hello, welcome. In today's post-apocalyptic climate, we're kind of used to seeing all sorts of strange and wonderful creatures. Yeah, you see things like mole rats, death claws, etc. One thing that struck me though recently, I was watching a underwater video from Oxhorn. He mentioned toothed whales, tusked whales, and I thought, well, that's really bizarre because I didn't see any tusked whales. So here we are at the body of one of the whales, and this is essentially, well, this is a normal whale. I know you've got all the netting on here, and I'll try and go and find another specimen. I think there's one up by the marine thing. So I keep saying I'm thinking more than I think, and I'm ad limit. So the reason why this whale, perhaps you would think this is a tusked whale or such thing, you know, a mutated whale, which it isn't, is because of the two prongs that stick out here at the bottom. Up here is the toppy of whale's head, and this is the part of the whale's head that supports, I believe it supports the baleen, which is the plates that come up and open up and engulf the fish when the creature is feeding, the cetacean is feeding. Yeah, so I mean, I'm no expert, but I have a keen interest in the natural kingdom, so I do know a little bit about it. Now, the interesting thing, the thing that perhaps is a little bit strange is, I think the rib cage possibly has more ribs on it. That's the only thing I think looks slightly strange, but yeah, by all accounts, it's not really a mutation. It is essentially a humpback whale, I think. It probably wouldn't surprise me to find that. And looking into it, I think Bar Harbour has a tourist industry for whale watching, and I think it certainly is, you know, has whales in the waters off the coast there. So I may be wrong on that one though. I couldn't find any sort of concrete evidence. There was nothing that sort of pinned it down. There was kind of smatterings and hints at it. So yeah, a lot of whale things tend not to advertise globally because they don't want to give away migration patterns of these beautiful creatures. Not so beautiful now. Oh, hold on. Look, I'm trying to do a biological video about the creatures of Far Harbour, and you're interrupting me. It's a bit rude. So yeah, we'll go and see if we can find a better specimen so we can see one close up. And I'll be back very shortly. Well, here we are in the oceanarium. We have a species which you could argue was obviously put there before the war, but it is the exact same skeleton model used in the game. And yeah, it's definitely a rorqual whale. It looks about the right size for a humpback as well. They tend to be about 11.5 to 15 meters. It could possibly be a smaller species of rorqual whale, which is the subspecies of whale it belongs to. Yeah, so it's quite compelling. So the top bit here, this is where it would breathe from, or this part here, and these side bits are obviously what hold the plates of baleen, and that whole bit expands as it catches the water and all the fish, and then what it does is it squeezes all the water out and it comes out through the plates, whilst it and you know, the fish remains in its mouth, and then it's able to feed. So yeah, it's I thought it was interesting that Oxhorn said toothed whales. Also, the dolphins are more curious because they are, well, if there are species of dolphin that are like that, but they're in completely the wrong part of the world. So I'll quickly look at that next. Right, so here we are with the dolphin. Now, looking at this is a complete species. It kind of looks a bit bloated, but that probably would happen to the poor things. So that might be why you see quite a few of them in the state like that one is over there. I'm not going to fully show it. It's pretty gruesome, and if you played Fallout 4, you probably know what it's like. Now, the mutation here on this, I think it's a mutated bottlenose. I think that's what they were going for, which is a fairly common dolphin. It's the dolphin you see all the time in zoos and that. But there are 35 or 36 species. Nobody's quite sure. There are some debates about that within, you know, biological communities, because we don't have access to the ocean the way that we have access to land. So yeah, there are 35 different species of dolphin, but the ones I was thinking it could have been, yeah, looking at it now, it definitely looks more. See, I was thinking it might even be a beaked whale, but they tend to have more an extended front lobe area around the head here. But it's kind of got that almost, but they tend to have it would be out more. I'm trying to draw it with the circle there. It'd be out more like that with the dot. Yeah, and this has a fairly shortish rostrum, you know, the beak here, this part, and that's got the teeth are very sharp as well. So my best guess is it's meant to be a bottlenose dolphin, but is it? It's about, looking at it, it's about, in guesstimation terms, 2.5 meters, which is about right for a bottlenose. Tend to be about 3 meters, 2 to 3 meters in length. I think that's on my head. I can't remember. Yeah. So, and they're the most common dolphin people know. Everyone thinks a dolphin. They think of Flipper. Flipper was a bottlenose dolphin, unfortunately, and they're also the very intelligent ones that certain parts of the world think it's quite acceptable to have experiments on. They're also ones that can get beached and end up being rescued and end up in aquariums and such like. Anyway, that's a totally different subject for a totally different day. I don't want to open that can of worms. But yeah, this is I'm sort of very curious as to. I would like to know more about the cetaceans, and I would like them to do more. Perhaps, you know, finds a terminal, some kind of explanation. I don't think anyone at Bethesda's really thought about it. It was just a nice, cool graphic that was added in. But it's to me, it took on a whole new. And when I first played it, I actually hunted down. I went to the oceanariums, and I really went to someone in Boston. I was like, I hope there's something about them, and there was nothing. And then I was at Far Harbour, right? They're everywhere, and then there was little to nothing as well. Even in the oceanarium, there wasn't even a plaque explaining, you know, what the whales were and stuff and that. So it kind of left me like, well, they probably just added these in for graphical purposes. But I think it's interesting to look at them and say, well, what do they look like? And yeah, my best guess is this is actually a mutated dolphin. And bravo Bethesda. But yeah, the skeletons, presumably the larger whales, the fish stocks would have dwindled after the atom bombs due to radiation, and so therefore the bigger cousins could not survive, like the beautiful humpback whales and other such rorqual whales that are in that family with the massive baleen plates. That, you know, see, a dolphin's teeth are designed to catch like individual fish and hold them for them to eat, whereas your big old whales here, they do wholesale, and they catch shoals of fish in one gulp. So yeah, I hope you found this informative. It's a little something different for me to do on my channel, and if you enjoyed it, then do give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, whether you just think they're just put in for show more than anything. Interestingly, you can't there's no hip bone on the back here, but that would have been a dead giveaway, because yeah, whales, I mean, this is a sort of shows it's been here for a long time, because it's got barnacles on it, which would suggest that they died out shortly after the bombs dropped, which would suggest my theory of dwindling fish stocks, etc., would support that theory, and that would be a logical way and logical explanation for why they died out. But we know there are fish, because I have shown you the fish that's over near Dalton Farm. So we do know there are fish stocks still available, and so these guys, yeah, bottlenose mutation, would have survived. So it's a whole new species. So what should we call it? Oxhorns dolphin? leave your suggestions down below. But thanks for watching, and yeah, if you're new here, hit subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. I'm going to do more straight from the vault videos, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.